Hello everybody, I'm Jack, and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. You know, in life, be careful what you ask for. I was all ready for cold weather. I've been down in the tropics. I was like, yeah, it'll be nice for a change. But we are in the midst of a rather long cold spell, which is odd for this part of lower Alabama. It's been below freezing, and after it's all done, it's going to be below freezing like 7 or 8 nights in a row. A few of them were like really low. So it's nice to have a little bit cooler weather, but my sinuses, my nose gets a little wonky from being inside and, central heating and all that stuff. So I'll be ready for it to warm up a little bit. But anyhow, I wanted to talk about raw food diet weight loss in 2018. I do videos every day. So if you're not already subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate if you'd hit that subscribe button now. Then click on the little bell and check send notifications so you'll stay subscribed to the channel. Go check all your channels and make sure you've checked that little send notifications. I went through going through my list the other day and I'm like, where is so-and-so? Oh, they disappeared. So you can get unsubscribed. This is going to be one of my typical talks today. I get a lot of questions sometimes, and that's going to be a separate video. I'm going to talk about, I've got a video planned about raw food diet questions that I get asked. But I get stuff on weight and I get stuff on various subjects, and I'm just always kind of having to define like my approach and what I do here. So like I say, a lot of what I talk about here, just kind of my philosophy. I'm not even saying I'm right, it could be wrong, but the things that have seemed to work for me are the things that make sense for me. Now, a lot of people are just not interested in that because they want something laid out, like, okay, eat exactly this much of this, eat this, eat this, eat this, eat this, eat at this time, do this, blah, 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 and you're going to lose the weight. When that has not been my approach. When I came to this lifestyle, not when I came to this lifestyle, because I had started kind of transitioning unknowingly about 6 months before. But when I started my health journey, I would say I was probably 210 pounds, roughly. I didn't have a scale at the time, but I kind of know by pictures and the way my clothes felt about how much I was. 205, 210 anyway. Well, when I first came to this life, and I lost some weight steady before I ever started the raw vegan lifestyle. But looking back, I realized, like, well, you were using a lot of the principles, even though I wasn't vegan yet, wasn't aware of this lifestyle. I was eating a lot of fruits. I was having a lot of smoothies. I was having a lot of salads. I was eating a lot of vegetables. I was still sauteing them in olive oil, but I was starting to make that plant-based transition. And, the weight just kind of started coming off. And then when I got to the raw vegan lifestyle, the weight just plummeted. So I went from 210 to, after I'd been on the raw food lifestyle for about 3 months, down to an emaciated 142 pounds and didn't even try to do anything. It just kind of it just kind of disappeared. Almost like everything on this lifestyle that I talk about and that I do, it's not a very detailed thing for me. You've got to just take what you can use from me and find, I guess, what you can find that's relatable. Because I don't know, it's just been, I have so many people, and I'll do videos and I'll get comments and I'll see things on threads. Everybody out there, other people out there seem to have some sort of a strange body alchemy. Like their body just functions so differently, and I can't do this, I can't do that. So I don't really know how to approach that in a lot of ways because, like for me, my journey is a little bit selfish. All I'm sharing is the science experiment. I have to say that. I know some of you that watch regularly are like, God, you repeat yourself, but I have to say that over and over and over. I don't geek out. I don't sit around and read all these raw food details, and I can't sit down and write a dissertation on this stuff. For me, it has just been kind of a flow, just a natural lifestyle and a natural way of eating. I haven't put a whole lot of thought into it. Now, there's going to probably come a point, come the June, I'll have been doing this lifestyle for 6 years. There is a point, and I'm starting to do that little by little, where I am starting to read a little bit more and making sure there's no gaps there, and I'm not missing out on things. But, it's just so, it's really, at least go for the easy first. I don't want to say it's easy, because somebody will jump on out there, well, no, it's not, I do this and I do that. Well, I don't know your personal experience, but where I would start is just simple, and I wouldn't be in a panic. You know, everybody, especially now, it's the first week of the new year, and everybody's gung-ho, and they probably put on extra weight during the holidays, and they want to lose it fast. And everybody gets all excited, and a lot of people do that, and that's when the gimmicks come in, and that's what, like, people will do some crazy diet plan or do this or that, and they'll lose a quick 15 pounds, but it's not something that they could sustain. So it's always a yo-yo. They lose that 15 pounds. I see, there's so many people that I kind of just keep an eye on, and they've probably gained and lost that same 10 to 15 pounds you know, enough times that they could make up a human being in the amount of weight that they've gained and lost. But for me, it's, you know, it's just very simple. Eat fruits and vegetables. Eat fruits and vegetables. I don't know how to get any more detailed than that. I do find for myself, and I'm starting to, if nobody picked that up that's been watching, like when I first came back to the States, I got back into the gym, still going to the gym, and for a while there, oh, I felt good. It just felt good, and I just let the dogs out, and I just ate and lifted weights. That's all I wanted to do, eat and lift weights. So I gained some weight, which I wanted to do. That was kind of my goal for 2017. And I've hovered around, I've even got, you know, I've hovered around 164, 165. Now, as we're, you know, winter's here, and I'm going back to Costa Rica, I'll be in the tropics in 2 months. So I'm starting to lean out a little bit. You know, I want to get back to the beach. I want to be a little bit more lean. I'm also going to be doing a lot of yoga, and it's just practical, you know. And probably I'll lean out even more when I get down there. So for me, if I just want to drop a couple of pounds, lean out, you know, whatever, I don't really do anything different. I might just scale back a little bit. Now, I know, we don't restrict on this lifestyle. And some people out there want to say, well, calories don't matter. Well, a lot of the people out there that are saying, well, you don't count calories, calories don't matter, they're not losing weight, or they're gaining weight, or they're not getting the results they like. I don't count calories, but I'm aware, you know, after doing this for a while, and you eat a lot of bananas and you eat certain things all the time, you know, you can kind of guesstimate, okay, I'm eating this much. So when I want to pull back just a little bit, you know, for me, I just cut back maybe like in my smoothie. You know, this morning I probably put 2 less bananas in there. I might have, you know, 1 or 2 less bananas during the day. So, you know, overall, maybe I'm reducing my calories by 300 or 400 a day. But that's not like I don't want to get into the whole, like, don't be obsessed with that. Don't be obsessed with that. If you just eat clean, whole, plant-based foods, your diet is, I mean, your body is going to settle where it needs to settle. Now, not everybody's going to be like ladies, not everybody's going to be a size 0. Men, not everybody's going to be super lean and have a six-pack. I see a lot of people out there, and they have, you know, it's even people in our lifestyle, even people that are always talking the talk, you know, about body image and whatever, they're still caught up in society's way, what society deems is what somebody should look like. And I see females, I see males too, but females a lot of the time still buying into that whole thing. I'll see women out there that are talking about how they can't lose weight, how they need to lose weight, and I'm like, well, wow, you look good, you look good. And when I say look good, let me qualify that, I mean in a healthy sort of way. It's not like, ooh, yeah, baby, you looking fine over there. Not something like that, but just like, they look, you know, they're height weight proportionate, they're solid, they look athletic, they look like they can move, their body looks functional, like they can, you know, like they can do what our bodies are designed to do. You know, don't buy into this trap of needing to be like rail skinny, or, you know, if you're a man, not every guy's going to have a six-pack. I do understand genetics are different. Now, to a certain extent, and I've talked about this before, as a species, no. And a lot of people are going to disagree with this because the popular mantra ever since I've been around this lifestyle and hear people talking is, well, we're all different. Everybody's body is different. Is it really? Really? Now, there are some differences, there are some exceptions, but do you really believe that everybody's body is different out there? I mean, I think there's just some core principles, and this goes back to my science experiment stuff again, if you could just play with people and get people to follow along. if you would just have a, if you would just set yourself some realistic expectations, not be in a hurry, and, just start where you are. I'm trying to kind of think exactly how I want to say this. Instead of jumping out to some big start and big leap, just simply do what you're doing. Eat fruits and vegetables. If you're trying to lose weight, maybe watch your fat a little bit more than normal. But once again, you don't even have to get obsessed with these the nutrients in there. Just eat whole plant-based foods. Eat an amount that feels reasonable to your body. Eat until you're full. Don't gorge yourself. Get an adequate amount of exercise, and I'm almost guaranteeing you your body is going to find its set point. Now, some people have a problem, and I think what happens is there's people forget about eating, people forget about certain calories they're getting in, and people are nibbling or people are eating this, and some people are eating more than they actually think. And then some people are just, they don't eat enough at one time, and then that tips them the other way and they eat way too much. Another thing on this lifestyle, it's very important to be hydrated, because a lot of times people will eat when they're thirsty and just eat too much. When I think it just helps to regulate our body, all the processes in our body when we are when we're plenty hydrated. Whatever that means, sometimes people, like I get a lot of my hydration when I'm in the tropics through fruits and vegetables. When I'm in the States, I try to drink more water, but I do notice that sometimes. I've noticed, like if I find, why am I hungry right now? I just ate this a little while ago, and I go back and I track what I've been drinking for the day, and I'm like, well, you're just not really all that hydrated. Here's a little thought. Here's a little thought in the very first few days of the year. For all the people that are just like, oh my God, well, I got to do it. Steady wins the race. Now, you're starting in January. If you're watching this video today, over the next year, no matter how much weight you have to lose, and I like to say a reasonable weight loss, because that way your body can kind of adjust as it goes. I like 2 pounds a week. Now think about this. If you lost 2 pounds a week, no matter how much weight you had to lose, now for most people they probably don't have that big of an amount of weight to lose, so it wouldn't be over the course of a year, but let's say you have a lot of weight to lose. And let's say you just came up with a steady plan and you were just consistent the whole 12 months. 2 pounds a week, 52 weeks out of the year. When I'm doing this video on, what is it today, January 3rd? January 3rd of 2019, you would be 104 pounds lighter. Now that's not sexy to anybody, losing 2 pounds a week. When somebody tells you, if somebody tells you, oh, I lost 8 pounds in 1 month, you're not going to be like, wow, this is amazing. But it ticks away. 8 pounds January, 8 pounds February, 8 pounds March. Now we're at the end of March and we're 24 pounds. Woo, he's lost 24 pounds. And you keep pounding out that 8 each month. By the end of the year, that's a lot of weight to have dropped 104 pounds. You haven't done anything drastic. And when you get to that weight, especially if you had something like 100 pounds to lose, when you get to that weight after losing 100 pounds, you're going to be a lot firmer losing at that reasonable weight loss rate than you would be if you were like, okay, the first month I lost 25 pounds, then I lost, this the second, and I lost 100 pounds in 4 or 5 months. Then you're going to tend to deal with loose skin issues. You're going to be flabby. You're just not going to have that same energetic, athletic, usable looking body like we're designed to have. But yeah, I don't know. There's not a whole lot of specific in this one today, and that's the point of it. Diets are not necessary. Forget your weight. Just forget your weight. Just say, hey, I'm going to get healthy. And I know I say that one all the time too, but hey, I'm just going to get healthy. Start where you are. Don't be like, okay, I need to get a little bit of a jump start. If I just lose that, I'll lose that 20 pounds first, real quick, however, and then I'll get on a reasonable way of eating. No. I'm telling you. Have some fruit for breakfast. Have some fruit mid-morning. Have a smoothie at lunch. Have some fruit throughout the day. Have some greens throughout the day. Put some chia seeds. Put some hemp seeds in those smoothies to fill you up. Have a satisfying dinner at night. You can listen, there's so many salad dressings out there. There's low fat. There's no fat. You can use a little bit of fat and have yourself a massive salad at night. If you're still eating a little bit of cooked, try to keep it as clean as possible, you know. Don't you, like one of my little tricks is when I do eat cooked, I don't eat fat with it. I don't mix any oil with it. It's just plain stuff. So just, if you just focus on eating clean, and somebody will say, well, clean means different things. Well, you know, come on, let's use a little bit of common sense here. Just a clean version of a plant-based lifestyle. The raw, even the better. I mean, like I say, you know, when I'm eating fully, it even gets harder when I'm down in the tropics eating fully raw. It's almost like smorgasbord. I can eat all, it's like there's no limits. I can eat all day, every day with that high water content fruit and not gain any weight. But it's just, you know, steady wins the race. You don't need to do anything extreme. So if you would just set that focus, that'll be the main key for this talk today. If you would just set that focus of, I'm going to get healthy in 2018. You know, I know it's kind of a cliche, and I don't have to do this. I get on the scale a lot just to see what's happening in the gym and whatever, but get rid of the scale if you have to, and just eat healthy every day. You'll get there, I promise you. And for the ones that are like, you know, that are saying, okay, well, but I do this and that and I can't lose the weight, that's above my pay grade. I don't know if you're maybe misrepresenting what you're eating, and I don't mean like you're lying about it. I just mean like, you know, there's hidden calories there that you're not understanding, or there's something that you're eating every day, or there's something hidden in there, because I just don't see how it was possible. I'd love to see somebody eat like I'm eating, especially like I eat in the tropics, and not be able to lose weight. I would just like, you know, for me, I'm kind of one of those seeing is believing type people. So anyhow, that's kind of the end of my rambling talk for today. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Peace.